So let's get this. Give it a second, y'all. This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for your iniquities." Okay? He's only punishing us. This is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 7. It says, "If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For that son is he whom the Father chasteneth not. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons." So let me get this right quick. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 19. "Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners and fellow citizens with the saints and all of the household of God." So if you go up to verse 1, it says, and you have he quickened, right, who were dead in trespass and sins. Alright. This First Peter. First Peter chapter 4 and verse 1. First Peter 4 and 1. It says, For as much then as Hamashiach hath suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his life. Live the rest of his time, flesh, to the lust of men, but to the will of God. Okay. It says, for the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lavishness or lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. Because that's what we was doing. That's exactly what we was doing. So when you go back, and go to this verse 2 now, Ephesians 2 and 2, it says, "Wherein the time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience." See? Scroll down to verse 11, it says, "Wherefore remember that ye being in the time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands." Right? Because we was getting called Gentiles, strangers or heathens, because we was keeping heathen customs. So that just like you walk like a duck, quack like a duck, you must be a duck. If you I just see it's what it is. If you over there acting way too effeminate, walking effeminate, then you must be gay. I just want to go to this word, fellow citizens. In verse I just want to get it right quick. G4847. It says possessing the same citizenship with others of Gentiles as received into common of the saints. Okay, a fellow citizen of the people consecrated to God. All right. It's pretty good. Get this Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, and ye fathers provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. So let's get this word nurture. See what that goes into. G3809. The whole training and education of children. Alright, it says instruction, which aims at increasing virtue, chastisement, chastening. Alright, so it goes into like the same thing, the same words. Education or training by implication, disciplinary correction, chastening, chastisement, instruction. Okay. So let me get this right quick. In the Apocrypha, the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1, it says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there shall no torment touch them. You see, because in the beginning of the video, I was explaining that, you know, you want to end up doing all this. You know, you go through all this because I think so you can make it to the end, man. You know, so you don't have to meet that lake of fire. All right, it's coming. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 24. It says, nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of this side do find it. Let me see. Wisdom of Solomon. I'm gonna get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3. I think I'm gonna Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 2. Verse 2. And I'm gonna read down. Verse 2, and I'm gonna read down. It says, in the sight of the unwise, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us is to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. It says, having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For God provoked them and found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and the Lord shall reign forever. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide in him. Abide with him, Salakia. For grace and mercy is to his saints. And only saints are Israelites, sorry. And he have care for his elect. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteousness and forsaken the Lord. And you know what? That's how powerful the Lord is, man. You be having these imaginations of, these terrifying dreams, people be having, or these horrible thoughts that people can have. Like, some people think of death like, oh man, I hate to be skinned alive, or people be thinking like it be demons on them, or whatever the case may be, man. The Lord actually do that to you, It says, which have neglected the righteousness and forsaken the Lord, for whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, go back to chastisement. It says, he is miserable, and their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. You got a man, it's on TikTok, I forget his name, but only thing he does is scoff at the Hebrew Israelites. It says, for who despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and he is miserable. This dude be going to the doctor and stuff like that, a whole bunch of shit, and their hope is vain, their labor is unfruitful. Yeah, because if you teaching just that, the Hebrew Israelites is saying that, if you saying that we preaching a false doctrine, you need to prove that. And if you can't prove it, then you're just a scoffer, and you are blinded from what, God just don't, Yahweh just don't want to reveal it to you, man. You're just not of the elect, and you're unfruitful because you're not going to bring forth anything besides scoffers. That's not fruit. That's death. All right. So let me go to this Luke. Couple more precepts. This is Luke. You hear the ambulance. Luke 6:24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Yeah, them people that's already rich is a wrath for their ass. Let's go up to verse 21. It says, blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. That's the elect. Blessed are ye, because if you're not weeping and hungry right now, hey man, you must be full and full of pride, and you're just like living your best life. It says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and they do hate us, and when they shall separate you from their company, that go for friends, family, or others, and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. I don't know why I just glitched. I'll go back up to verse 22 again. It says, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. Alright? And they hate us to this day, man. Like, what that was his name, Deontay Wilder. He was like, to this day. Let's get this. Your own family give you up, man. Shit hit the fan for them. Second Ezra 9:9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, pitiful case, when which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Let me give you a fucking example of this dwell in torments. I just wanna just look up, yeah, like this shit right here, man. This shit's awful. That's fucking disgusting. Let me type in. I'm just gonna type in Lake of Fire. All right, like when you see this, which this is pictures that people come up with, but this I can use this for like a little example. This is dwelling in torments, man. And that's what's coming to America. And you're gonna be dwelling in this however long the Lord Yahweh shall see fits, because of how wicked you was. All right. So let's go back. Second Ezra 9:9 again says, then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it. This is grace period right now that we in. Verse 12, it says, the same must know it after death by pain. That's the fire. And when you go up here, second Ezra is my last scriptures. Second Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, verse 4 says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that there were before, even from the beginning. So, yeah, man, Lord willing, that's about it, man. Lord willing, this was edifying, man. Again, the end is near, man. You got to endure or embrace the chastisement. All right, embrace punishment and light affliction, and you got to embrace it, man. And stay 10 toes down for y'all. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Until next time, Shalom. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory going to y'all. Until next time, Shalom.